What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin. Today we're reviewing Daredevil by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. This is the final volume, volume 3, which includes Daredevil issues 185 through 191, 219, Daredevil Love and War graphic novel, and 1F28, which 1F28 is the issue of what if Daredevil became an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? And this is written by Frank Miller. Mike W. Barr worked on What If 28 as a co-writer. Illustrated by Miller. Klaus Janson did most of the art in this book. John Buscema and Bill Sienkiewicz, who drew Moon Knight in the 70s, right? He worked on the Love and War graphic novel, right? This goes for $30 American, 32 Canadian, right? So this is my second take. So there's an introduction by Ralph Macchio. Apparently it is the Ralph Macchio, but apparently he was an editor for Marvel in the 80s. Weren't you a child actor in the 80s? I don't know, man. Apparently he was an editor in the 80s. Right. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a play-by-play, but it starts off with this funny issue where Foggy Nelson goes masquerades as like a criminal to find out what Heather's company is doing behind her back. Glenn Industries, right? And Daredevil, Matt Murdock's Daredevil, asks her to marry him, right? So what ends up happening is, you have funny misadventures of, Foggy Nelson acting tough, right? Getting saved by Daredevil from behind the scenes. Daredevil knows, what's going on with Glenn Industries. And as Matt Murdock gathers the evidence and shuts down Glenn Industries and kind of forces Heather to marry him, and Foggy doesn't like this, so he forges notes, breakup notes from both Heather and to Matt, right? Using Black Widow's help, right? So it's like, dude, that was very weird, right? But I don't know. It was kind of male feminacy because Matt, Foggy thinks Matt is is insecure about Heather's wealth or whatever. It's like, dude, Matt's not like that. Oh my god. And it's the thing, she was way over her head. She could have gone, sent to prison, right? Because she was head of the company, right? And the company was and Matt got her out of that, but whatever. Yeah, while this shit was going on, he got exposed to radioactive isotopes, so that screws up his radar senses again, right? So he has to find Stick yet again. But while that's going on, we're gonna move past that. There was a funny issue where Stiltman was hired by Glenn Industries to steal evidence from the DA office, and Turk robs Stiltman. Here's Stiltman in his costume. Robs Stiltman takes his costume, right? And he goes to where Turk and Stiltman meet is in Gladiator's costume store. Gladiator's now he's gone straight and has a business. How does an ex-con just start up a business? Who knows, right? Oh my god, because he wasn't exactly a bank robber or anything, was he? I thought he was just somebody who would go crazy and fight people in public. But whatever. That was a funny issue. Here's Turk in the Stiltman costume. And this was a funny thing, panel where they kind of make fun of Batman here. Because Stiltman goes to the police to get them to get a hold of Daredevil so he can take back the Stiltman costume. And he's like, how? I thought you'd have a hotline or a beacon or something. Nah, don't even know him. Or like him. Or you. All you super types give me a pain in the... Hey, it's Daredevil. Daredevil showed up. So yeah, that was funny. Right. So now next to the final stretch of Frank Miller's arc. Here you get like his senses are going crazy. There's a side story where Black Widow got poisoned by the Hand and needs Daredevil's help. Daredevil needs Stick's help, and Stick, you find out more about Stick that he was in a rival ninja group of the Hand, right? And they're out to kill him, so him and his disciples have this last stand, right? Where's his, trying to find his disciples, right? Also, the Hand brings back Kirigi, the 1,000-year-old ninja from the last Omnibus, kind of setting up that they're going to bring back Elektra. Yeah. I want to get to the good ninjas because I really like this. Here is the page where they retcon that Daredevil never had any superpowers from the radioactive isotope. It was all him. Alright? It was all him. So I'm trying to find the panel where they have the good ninjas. We're getting close. Here's where you see Stick's ninja group. You have Stone, who if he can see a blow coming, he has invulnerability. Here's Claw. Here's Shaft. I think they call him Shaft. Right. So this was a cool issue. Like, you have Black Widow, Daredevil join Stick and his ninja group to fight against the Hand. They bring back, they heal Black Widow of her poison, right? You have this cool fight between the Stick's ninja group and the Hand ninja group. They even fight Kirigi one more time. And a bunch of them die one by one, and like Stick and one of his disciples sacrifice themselves to kill all the remaining ninja, right? Only Stone is left, right? Which I'm surprised later on they didn't kill Stone, but you know. Here's where like you have like Foggy has Natasha forge the notes to sabotage Matt's relationship, right? So the next issue, the Hand's desperate, so they bring back Elektra. Here you get Elektra's backstory, how she was trained by Stick and his ninja group, but you know she was a bit too bloodthirsty, so they turn her down. The Hand tries to bring back Elektra, and they're going to make her evil. So Daredevil... Oh, wait, they did kill Stone. I remember. Daredevil, Stone have to destroy Elektra's body before they bring her back. Apparently, yeah. Also, Daredevil teams up with Kingpin to take down the Hand, too. So, like, the Kingpin's goons show up. So this was a cool episode. Daredevil kind of lets down Stone, but like, you know, Daredevil heals. Oh no, wait, Stone was alive. Okay. Yeah, like Daredevil, the hand did resurrect her, but Daredevil was able to use ninja magic to purify her, so she has a white costume now. So here is where we get the what was supposed to be the finale of Frank Miller's Daredevil run, which was pretty cool because it was like, and also Miller came back to do the pencils. Before it was Klaus Janson, who does a good job emulating Frank Miller's style, but he doesn't get the grittiness right. Here you can tell right away that this is Frank Miller's art style, right? With all the shading, the blockiness, yeah. So this started off really cool, where Daredevil has what's supposed to be a loaded gun. Spoiler alert, it's not. And he's taking um, he's taking um, he's basically playing Russian roulette with a paralyzed Bullseye and narrating, like telling him his life story and telling him about this kid. He took this case of this guy who was embezzling money, and he has a son who idolizes Daredevil, and Daredevil, like, basically, indulges in his fantasy, and when the kid sees Daredevil later on take down his father, it makes the kid go crazy and shoot a kid, which the kid didn't die, right? So this was a really cool issue. It reminded me of Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, but unlike The Killing Joke, where Batman at the end of that comic actually did kill Joker, he pussies out in the last second, right? And you find out that the gun is not even loaded, and that he wasn't even really talking to Daredevil. This was all in his head. Sorry, Bullseye. So that sucked. That was bullshit. Click, my gun has no bullets. Guess we're stuck with each other, Bullseye. That was so dumb. And I know it's mostly Marvel's fault because they have no balls, and they can't let like characters die. Like Bullseye, come on, like, I like Bullseye, but Bullseye was only good. The only time Bullseye has been a good character is during Frank Miller Daredevil run. Like, come on. Everywhere else, he kind of sucks, right? Here you get the what if story, which by the way, the Watcher is drawn very weird here by Frank Miller. Alright. But yeah, here you have this story where what if Daredevil got blinded as a teenager and was recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D. and like the Hydra kidnapped Daredevil's father, so Daredevil as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. has to go and rescue him. So yeah, if you notice, they did a HeroClix of this Daredevil, but on the cover he has like a yellow and purple outfit. In the actual comic where he fights Hydra, he has a blue and like violet cover, violet, you know, costume. So here you have Badlands, which is just a random. I guess Frank Miller came back to do one issue of like Daredevil, where Daredevil masquerades as a like stranger type and punishes these killers who killed a cop in this bad part of New Jersey, right? Yeah, this was a good story, but I kind of like it was a good story, but it wasn't exactly a superhero story. It was more like a neo-noir kind of story, right? Which Frank Miller is good at telling neo noir stories, like with Sin City, right? Okay, here you get to the Here we get to the Daredevil graphic novel, Love and War by Frank Miller and Bill Sienkiewicz, which the art is very weird here because it's very painted, right? And they draw some of the characters in this kind of weird stylized art style, because you have a bunch of characters will look realistic, right? And then you have then they'll draw Daredevil, super cartoony. They draw Kingpin, super cartoony. He's drawn in the way that's very similar to the Spider-Verse movie, so I'm guessing the Spider-Verse ripped this off. But yeah, the story here is basically Vanessa is still crazy, and Kingpin hires this psychologist from this famous psychologist who comes over from France with his super hot blind wife. Here's the psychologist, here's the super hot blind wife, who's French. I don't know if the other guy was French too. His name's Mondat, right? And what happens is Kingpin hires one of his goons, Victor, which when you see him, he's drawn like a baboon monkey, right? And he's crazy. And he hires Victor to kidnap Cheryl Mondat, the wife of the psychologist, to give him extra motivation into curing his wife's Vanessa's illness, which backfires like crazy, right? But the art is very good. But look how they draw some of the characters, right? And Daredevil barely talks. Daredevil barely does anything, and mostly focuses on this crazy guy and this chick, right? And this is another kind of neo-noir story, right? If you look here, yeah, I'll show. They'll show. Here's a close-up on this guy's face. He's drawn to look like a baboon, right? So obviously you have a game of cat and mouse between Daredevil and this guy. Daredevil is able to rescue Mondat's wife and wants to bang her pretty hard. And this dude is fucking crazy. He has pills. He kills his sister. Alright. So what happens is, once she's safe at his place, he goes to try to rescue her husband. But while he's gone, Victor goes to hire Murdoch as a lawyer at his apartment, and then he discovers Cheryl, and they have this fight to the death, right? Also, the one dude kind of helps cure her, cures Kingpin's wife, but at the same time, he's turning her against him, right? So you have a lot of good, cool art, and you have this bittersweet ending where we didn't get the climatic ending that, this was more of a cerebral story where it's Daredevil didn't have the big fight with Kingpin, and Kingpin just gets cucked by this psychologist guy who steals his wife and takes her to Paris, right? And he's left all alone, which is stupid because Kingpin has the resources to hire people to find his wife and kill that motherfucker who stole her, right? And here you have Bill Sienkiewicz drew portraits of himself and Frank Miller, who's drawn to look like fucking Dream from fucking Sandman for some reason. Here's a cover gallery. So what do I think about this book? I liked it, but I kind of did not like, because I was expecting this, because, like, Frank Miller is known as kind of like, the rule of cool kind of guy, right? He inspired Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for fuck's sakes. Known for Sin City, Ronin, like 300. The guy's known for his rule of cool, but when it comes to the ending of his run, he went for more of a cerebral kind of thinking man's ending, which would have been good if they had the balls to do what he obviously probably wanted to do, which was have fucking Daredevil blow out Bullseye's brains. Because there was, I think, in like the first volume, Daredevil has like a revolver and almost kills like Bullseye with a gun, right? So that kind of bothered me, but otherwise, from that, this is still a good book, and I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. It was kind of a weak ending to Frank Miller's Daredevil run, but still a good book. Alright, peace, guys. Our next review, if we have time, will be the first 3 issues of X